start a sandwich series, and
Yes.
tell me a little about this croque monsieur.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's not your average sandwich. It hardly qualifies as a sandwich. It's so good. It's ham and cheese in the center, and then you have so many different layers of a really thick, well-cooked bechamel sauce. You're going to top it with cheese at the end and bake it, then broil it just for a few minutes at the very finish. And it's so amazing. You would not think that something like this would be so good, but it's evil. It's so good. It really is. It's served at a lot of French bistros, French restaurants for lunch, sometimes for dinner. You can find them in cities. You can find them in France itself, all over. There's a lot of different recipes for them out there. There's 100 different variations you could do, but this one I think is the best. It's just amazing. I mean, I've seen them open face. I've seen them just as pretty much grilled cheese sandwiches that are toasted and sometimes a little sauce or something. But this is really nice. The bechamel does not have the cheese added to it. A bechamel is the basic sauce you would use for like macaroni and cheese or something like that. It's one of the 5 mother sauces. But when you add the cheese to it, it turns into a Mornay sauce. Usually it's specific kinds of cheese. But this, we're just using the bechamel. We're cooking it slow. We're cooking it long to get rid of the flour taste. And when it firms up, I mean, when it cools, it'll firm, and you can spread it just like peanut butter. Only it's a little thicker. And then when it melts and bakes and bubbles, it's so good. It's just wonderful. I can't explain enough. The first time I had it, I couldn't believe that it could be so good.
Is it hard to make?
Not really. It's just time consuming. I mean, for the bechamel, you're going to start and you're going to cook real slow. I mean, you start with a roux, the butter and the flour, and you just cook it very slowly because you don't want it to turn dark and you don't want little burnt pieces. And with the roux, as you're cooking it, it'll start to smell nutty and it'll start to just barely turn a little bit darker shade, but you don't want it to go too far. And at that point, that's when you add the milk, and you're going to cook it very slowly. And make sure that when you're adding the milk, you add it in maybe ½ cup to 1 cup amounts, and make sure that you're whisking as you go. Get all the lumps out. Otherwise, when you add the next bit of milk, you're just going to end up with a lumpy sauce and have to throw it away and start over. Just go very slow. Go on very low heat, and you'll get rid of the flour taste. And then season it at the end. It'll be great. And you can use it for other things as well, but this is just the ultimate.